Imagine standing in a city where no one knows your name, your pockets are empty, and every step feels heavier than the last. Most would quit. Most would give up. But John Ramirez wasn't most people. John grew up in a small Texas town, in a modest home where love was abundant but money was scarce. His father worked 2 jobs just to keep food on the table, while his mother battled chronic illness. From a young age, John learned that life didn't hand out chances. You had to take them. School was a battlefield. Resources were limited, classes overcrowded, and teachers overworked. Yet John refused to be defeated. He spent late nights at the library, devouring books about people who overcame hardships far greater than his own. He wanted to escape the cycle of struggle, and he dreamed of New York City, of studying journalism, of telling stories that mattered. At 16, John started juggling jobs. Pizza deliveries, grocery stores, office cleaning. Each shift chipped away at his energy, but strengthened his resolve. Nights were spent on a thin mattress, textbooks spread across a coffee table, fighting exhaustion to finish homework. Then came the breakthrough, a scholarship program for underprivileged students wanting to study out of state. John poured his heart into the application, sharing every fear, every struggle, every dream. Weeks later, the acceptance letter arrived. It was more than a ticket to college. It was proof that perseverance pays off. New York was everything and nothing he imagined. Crowded streets, endless noise, and the harsh reality of survival. John shared a tiny apartment with 2 others, worked late-night jobs, skipped meals, and pushed himself academically. Friends worried he was overextending himself, but John had no choice. This was his chance, and he couldn't waste it. College tested him in ways he never expected. He failed exams, struggled with impossible deadlines, and watched peers with advantages that he couldn't access succeed effortlessly. But through failure, John discovered resilience. Every setback became a lesson. Every struggle fueled his determination. He began writing stories for the college newspaper, chronicling the lives of people like him, ordinary heroes facing extraordinary challenges. His words resonated, and for the first time, John realized that his hardships weren't a curse. They were his superpower. Graduation day felt surreal. Diploma in hand, John stepped into a world that didn't care about his struggles or sacrifices. Jobs were competitive, opportunities scarce, and his savings nearly gone. Yet John refused to quit. He accepted unpaid internships, commuted for hours, and poured himself into every article he wrote. Many nights he questioned his path, wondering if the sacrifices were worth it. But every rejection, every low-paying assignment, every sleepless night was shaping him into someone stronger, wiser, and more determined. Then came a small online publication offering him a paid writing position. The pay wasn't luxurious, but it was enough to survive. John threw himself into storytelling with passion, focusing on stories of real people overcoming adversity. His work gained recognition, proving that authenticity resonates more than perfection ever could. Life didn't suddenly get easy. There were personal setbacks, relationships that failed, health scares, moments of doubt. But John had learned that real success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about facing it, learning from it, and continuing forward despite it. Years later, John reflected on his journey. The nights of exhaustion, the rejections, the self-doubt. He realized that every challenge was a stepping stone. Life didn't hand him success. It demanded resilience, courage, and relentless effort. And through it all, he had become exactly who he was meant to be, someone who could inspire others through the truth of his journey. John's story teaches one essential lesson: life will always be hard, unfair, and unpredictable. But what defines you is the refusal to quit, the courage to keep moving forward when no one believes in you, and the strength to turn struggle into purpose. If this story touched you, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that perseverance can change everything. Your support keeps these stories alive and inspires more people to fight for their dreams.
And remembered, I am just like you. I have stumbled, I have doubted, I have fought through the nights when giving up seemed easier. But if I can keep going, so can you. Every struggle you face today is shaping the person you are meant to become. Keep pushing, stay strong, and never forget you are capable of more than you think. From my heart to yours, thank you for listening.